My name's Amanda Cove and I work for Veolia Water Technologies. Pure water is the most important solvent in the laboratory. Whilst tap water has been purified, it still has a lot of very baseline impurities which can affect baseline HPLC. It can interfere with some molecular applications and it can degrade, for example, HPLC columns. So it is extremely important that you get the water purification correct. So there's many aspects to consider when selecting a water purification equipment. So what's the peak usage, what's the usage throughout the day, the quality or grade of water to be used. We also need to characterise the feed water. All of our reps carry around mains water test kits, so that means they can test the water so they can be accurate with things like running costs. This also helps determine any pre-treatment requirements within the water system. The size and the layout of the laboratory or the building can impact the system that we put into the laboratory, so it's really important, again, as part of the site survey, measuring up to ensure that the unit will fit in the space that has been allocated. However, because of the design of our units, then they can be put under a bench, on the wall, so there's many different ways that we can install the units. If the water purification system is designed to feed a whole building, then it can go in a plant room. So the plant room size also needs to be considered. We need to ensure there's enough electricity plugs and what drainage is available and advise accordingly. So another consideration is who's going to maintain the water systems. Is it going to be the lab manager or is it going to be the facilities team within the laboratory? We can tailor a service contract accordingly. We can also supply monitoring within the unit and link up to a building management system, or we can put a modem so we can allow for remote monitoring within the system, and that's our Aquavista system. Depending upon what the needs are of the laboratory, whether it's a point of view system which will be bench mounted or a ring main system which is going to feed a whole building, then things like storage tanks need to be considered to ensure that they're closed with adequate filtration to make sure that no bacteria or CO2 gets into the tank which can degrade the water. If it is a loop design system feeding a building, then it needs to ensure that it's recirculating and it's recirculating at regular intervals, but correctly designed to ensure that there's no heat build-up and to ensure there's no biofilm build-up, more importantly. Veolia Water Technologies ensure successful installation and maintenance of any type of water purification equipment. Because of our national service team, their only focus is pure water. They're not distracted by any other products, so we can do the full install, validation, and then ongoing service support for the life of the water purification equipment.